Democrats and the media are now unloading all their nasty attacks on rising Trump White House star and new press secretary, Karoline Leavitt.
The View is in big trouble. Karoline, a strong and unapologetically conservative personality, turned their smear campaign against her into an $800 million lawsuit. Now, The View is practically begging her to drop it. After facing a lawsuit that could seriously hurt the show and its biggest hosts, Whoopi Goldberg, Joy Behar, and Sunny Hostin, they're desperately asking Karoline to back down. So, what exactly did The View say that got them into this mess? What was Karoline's response that forced their legal team into damage control? And the big question, will ABC shut down The View before things get worse? You don't want to miss this. Before we dive in, hit the like button and subscribe for more exclusive updates. Did you subscribe? Great. Let's get started and set the stage.
Well, listen. If you don't have anything to say, you blab. You just go on and 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 on.
Most divisive and disgusting speech that any president, certainly in my lifetime, has ever given. He essentially waged war on half of the country by saying that we are all a threat to democracy because we believe in putting America first. It's not radical to want to put your country and your own people first. It's not radical to want to have a strong border, a strong military, and to unleash the might of your own economy, not economies around the world. We have seen cultural Marxism trickling its way through every institution in this country. The public school system, the higher education university system, Hollywood, big tech, the corrupt mainstream media that I fought against in President Trump's White House are indoctrinating my generation of Americans into hating our country, hating one another based on race and gender and sex and all of this other BS, quite frankly.
Once again, The View went after Karoline Leavitt, mocking and belittling her like they often do. This time, it was Joy Behar who suggested that Karoline's success wasn't because of her talent or hard work, but just because Trump supposedly thinks she's a 10.
She's probably been put in there because according to Donald Trump, she's a 10. That's what it is.
I want to be clear, though, it's not her first job. It was her first press briefing. She worked in the previous Trump administration.
Meanwhile, Whoopi Goldberg doubled down, saying that without wokeness, Karoline wouldn't even have a job.
Yeah. I would like this young lady this is her first job, I would like her to do a little homework. Because she said something yesterday that really pissed me off. And that was, she said, there will be no wokeness here.
Oh, yeah.
Let me explain something to you. Because without that wokeness, you might not have that job.
Yeah.
Because women were not invited to that table. Women were not invited to many tables in this nation. The reason we fought and busted our behinds to make sure that you didn't have to worry about this. And now to hear you talk about it and to hear anybody talk about the wokeness was put in place for a reason. Because black people couldn't get into colleges. Because women could not get into the colleges they wanted to go to. This is all women. Yeah. See, this is not black, Asian women. This is all women. Women were not invited to this party. It was a man's world, and we busted our asses to make sure that this was a person's world.
This commentator said, Whoopi is mansplaining the press secretary job to Karoline Leavitt. Hilarious.
And Sunny Hostin made things worse, suggesting that Karoline's success was just proof of privilege. The outrage was immediate. Fans were furious, calling out The View for hypocrisy. One viral comment summed it up: The View supports women, unless they're conservative. But then things took a wild turn. Instead of ignoring it, Karoline lawyered up, fought back, and hit The View where it hurts most, their wallet.
Voters do not agree with these despicable women on The View. They are wildly out of touch with the vast majority of Americans, and frankly, they should seek immediate help.
Instead of getting into petty social media fights, Karoline went straight for the big move. She filed an $800 million lawsuit against The View, accusing them of defamation, slander, and attacks meant to ruin her career. This isn't just a lawsuit, it's a declaration of war. Reports say The View's legal team is panicking. Karoline isn't only fighting for herself, she's calling out the whole mainstream media machine. Her lawsuit claims The View has a history of smearing conservative voices, and this might be the case that finally holds them accountable. And the kicker? ABC isn't happy. Sources say executives are furious, scrambling to control the damage before advertisers start pulling out. But at this point, it may already be too late.
Bang, Rowan, I couldn't do that at 27. No nonsense, straight to the point, courage, detail.
And this is where it gets really awkward. Behind the scenes, the hosts of The View are reportedly pleading with Karoline to settle the case quietly. Imagine that, Joy Behar, who mocked Karoline on live TV, is now trying to make peace. Whoopi Goldberg has even reportedly reached out through mutual contacts, asking for a meeting to clear the air. And Sunny Hostin? Her team is said to be panicking, since legal experts say she could be personally responsible for millions in damages. The tables have completely turned. The once confident and untouchable hosts are now begging to make it all go away. But Karoline isn't backing down. She knows this isn't just about her, it's about holding the media accountable for years of lies, smears, and reckless attacks. Her supporters love it. One viral tweet put it perfectly: Karoline Leavitt is doing what everyone wishes they could, making The View pay for their lies. And it gets even worse for the hosts.
Isn't it rich that The View is saying she got the job based on looks when DEI is all about based on looks?
At this point, ABC is in full crisis mode. Executives are reportedly panicking over how serious this lawsuit could get. Sources say major sponsors are nervous, and some are even thinking about pulling ads from The View. Honestly, the show has been on thin ice for years. Between Whoopi Goldberg's past suspensions, Joy Behar's constant controversies, and its declining credibility, ABC has been considering shutting it down for a while. This lawsuit might be the final straw. If the hosts themselves are begging for the lawsuit to be dropped, that says it all. The show is in chaos, the network is scrambling, and Karoline Leavitt is winning. Now it's your turn. Do you think Karoline is right to keep fighting? Should The View be held accountable for its attacks? Could this finally be the moment the show comes crashing down? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And before you go, don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more updates.